glued together and extra mittens and socks and things like that, because you sometimes get wet clothes when you've been skiing. The next thing that we do is not fun. We go sit in the car and we wait for Mom and Dad to get ready to leave. We're all sitting there in our coats burning up and ready to go, and they're walking back and forth. Dad has to find his ski pants, and then he has to find his goggles, and Mom has to find her hand lotion, and it just seems to take forever, and we're so ready to go. The next thing that we do is fun. We go as fast as we can. Well, we don't break the speed limit, but we go pretty fast, and we try to beat the Beckles to the ski hill. They won't be here this year probably, but that's always been a fun thing for us to do. If we get there first, the prize is we get the corner table, which is the best table. It's got a bench around the side that has carpet on it. It's very nice for little kids to sleep on. But if we get it first, we always share it with them, and if they get it first, they always share it with us, so it doesn't really matter. It's just something that we've enjoyed doing. The next thing we do is not fun. We have to wait in line to get our skis. And that wouldn't be too bad except when the ski lift starts and you see all your friends going up ahead of you and you're standing there waiting for your skis. Then we get to go out on the hill, and that is fun. When you first come out of the lodge, there's a flat place, and then there's a little hill down called a bunny hill. It's for beginners. And then there's a ski lift that goes up to the top. And we ski down there to the ski lift, and then another not fun thing happens for me, because I'm afraid of heights. I don't like that first ride up the ski lift. I don't mind the rest of them because someone's usually with me, but the first time, for some reason, I always miss all my friends. Either they're still in the lodge or they're already up at the top or something, so I always have to ride up the first time by myself. And that's not fun at all. But when we get up to the top, it is fun again because then you can ski. And later rides up the ski lift are fun because you can watch everybody going down. Sometimes there are guys that think they're real cool, they're on snowboards and they try to do jumps, or they go over a jump and they try to do what's called a 360, they turn all the way around and try to land again. But unfortunately, at this place called Montelec, there is no one that can do that successfully on a snowboard. I've never seen it happen. They always land in the snow. And it's really funny to watch them. And it's even funnier to watch the skiers because their skis fall off and their ski poles go flying. Sometimes they have to chase skis down the hill. Then I like to go down the hills. I like fast hills. Dad doesn't, but I like them. And I especially like one called the Free Fall because it's very steep. That's actually a black diamond, which I don't think it's a very hard black diamond because our hills aren't very dangerous, but it's fast and I like it. I also like to teach people how to ski. After the Beckles taught us, we really enjoyed teaching people. One thing that's not fun about teaching people how to ski is when you fall yourself. It probably helps the students have more confidence because they know that you're not perfect, but I don't like to fall in front of everybody and have everybody laugh at me, although they don't laugh very loud. The next thing that happens, well, at the end of the day, something that's not fun that happens every time is you get to the bottom of the ski hill, you're getting ready to go on the lift, and the man says, "Last run." That means this is the last time you get to go. So all the way up, if you have somebody with you, you're talking about where you're going to go, and we've always tried to make the last run the very best of the whole day. And usually it doesn't work because we have a wipeout or something because we try to do too daring of things. But the last run is fun and not fun because, it's the end of the day. Then we usually go to Pizza Hut, or sometimes we come home and eat frozen pizza for supper. Pizza always seems to go with skiing, no matter how we get it. And at supper we always talk about the things that we've seen and done. We always talk about wipeouts that we've had and watching people fall and, hey, did you see that man that was trying to chase his little girl down the hill, and all those things that we've all seen. So, in summary, there are a lot of fun things about ski day. There's many more fun things than not fun things. I hope that you now have a good sense of what it's like to go to ski day, and I hope to see you there.
What ski day really like? By the time I get through this speech, I hope you know more what it's like. And before I begin telling you about it, I'm going to give you a quick overview of what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to tell you what I enjoy about ski day, some of the fun things, some of the dangers of ski day, and then some of the things we do afterwards. There's several different hills at Montelec, and I thought I'd tell you about them. After you come out of the lodge, there's the bunny hills, the beginner's hill that people learn on. And then you go down to the ski lift, which takes you up the biggest hill. And that's, I don't know what it's called, but It's just a big hill. And then off to the left, maybe 500 feet, is the intermediate hill. It kind of curves around through trees. Well, there's trees along the sides, but not in the middle of it. And then, kind of in between the big hill and the intermediate hill is a black diamond hill. It's called the Bull. I really like that one. Another thing I like is the jumps there. The jumps range from a few inches to up to maybe 8 feet. I don't really take the 8 feet and I just go over them. I don't want to fly that high. And some of the dangers of ski day are when it's cloudy or snowing or sunny. If it's too sunny, you can't see very well because it's so bright. Once it was cloudy and snowing, and I was racing with Dad down the intermediate hill, and I came up to this jump I didn't know was there, and I took it and I went into the air, and I wrecked and came in and broke my thumb. I didn't know I broke it till several hours later after I came home. Another danger is the ice. When the hills are really icy, you can get out of control and you can't turn. You just keep going straight on the ice. And one of the dangers is bad skiers. Sometimes people just cut in front of you and fall and stuff, so you gotta watch out for other skiers. Now, some of the other things about ski day, I thought I'd tell you what the ski lift is like. At the bottom there's a shed with machinery and a large wheel. Around the wheel there's a cable that heads up the hill. It's held up by poles, which are like tall telephone poles. And a bar runs across the top of them. And this cable runs on pulleys around those. At the top of the hill there's also a lid. The lodge is where you can get your skis or come in to warm up. Another thing I enjoy is after we go skiing, we can sometimes go to Pizza Hut. I really enjoy doing that. And to summarize what I talked about why I enjoy going ski day, some of the dangers of going downhill skiing, and then some other things I like about skiing.
Have you ever broken your thumb? Well, I'm not going to answer this question, but I think you haven't. Because you probably haven't been, well, you've been probably skiing. What ski day is like, we get up early. Oh, come in and talking. We get up early in the morning, and then I'm going to talk about the ski hills, and what we like, and what we take, and where we like to go after we're done, where we like to eat after we're done skiing at the end of the day. We get up early in the morning around maybe 6:30, pretty early, and we pack for ski day. We get extra clothes and extra skirts, extra skirt if you're a girl, extra pants if you're a boy, in case you'll fall your first time probably, because everybody does, but that's all right. Then we try to beat the Beckles. We try to get there before the Beckles, and we try to get the best table. They'll send out Isaac. He'll take something and run towards the lodge, and Steve will take something and he'll run towards the lodge. They'll both try to get the table, and then if Isaac gets it first, then we share that. Then they share the table with us. If we get it first, then they share the table with us. It's lots of fun. And then there's the Bunny Hill, and that is a small hill for beginners. And lots of people crash there. They always have wrecks there. Sometimes they have to help people get up. Then there's the intermediate hill, and that is a medium-sized hill, and that's lots of fun to take too. Then there is the ski hill, and that has a ski lift above it, and it's pretty steep, and it has a ski lift above it, and it's the ski lift. Here's the chair like this, and 2 people can sit in it, and it has a pole that hooks onto it, and it's a cable that holds the chair up, and when there's a big wheel, and there's a man in a little boothing up there to make sure nobody goes around it, and once somebody went around it, and he called down and had stopped the lift, they sit the person down, and he said that somebody got her on the woo. Well, that was pretty funny. We saw her go down, and then at the end of the day, after we're done with skiing, I peeked. Did I
Okay.
tell you guys what we took?
It's okay.
We like to go to Pizza Hut, and it's usually 10:30 or 11 o'clock before we get home at night, so everybody's pretty tired. And then in summer, what I talked about, the ski hills, what we take, extra clothing, and where we like to eat. Does anyone have any questions? I really enjoy the ski lift. Probably because I like it so much just because I don't have to walk up the hill. I get to take a ride. There's a pretty view from it, and it goes pretty high. It's fun. It also has signs on it, advertisements, and you can, like, for welding, and I read them sometimes and try to guess what the next one is and see if I can remember. And it's also fun to watch skaters that are good and skaters that are bad that go sliding out after a jump. It's pretty funny. My favorite hill is called the Fast Falls. It is a really steep hill and you get going very fast on it. There's a little jump at the end. That's my favorite hill. I really like it. Then once there's a boy, there are several boys who do this every time. They have a snowboard, which is kind of like a skateboard without wheels. You fasten to your feet, and they would use them as a sled. They would sit on them, and they'd go flying down the hill. But lots of times, they would go out from under them, and they'd have to chase them all the way down the hill. And they'd say, there goes my snowboard, please catch it. And people would go, all right, I'll catch it, and they'd miss it. It was really funny. They'd get kind of upset sometimes. Then there's the lodge. It's pretty old, but there's nice big windows so you can see out. Mom likes to watch us go by and wave to us. Then there's the best corner we try to get before the Beckles. They send Isaac out with something, we send Stephen out with something. But whoever gets it, we always share it anyways. Then there's this lady, and every time they would be at the top of the hill, she would say, head for the pond, and they would try to head for the pond, and they would always wreck. And once I was on the ski lift and it stopped, I thought, wonder what happened. And then it started going, and a while later, a girl went by me. She was just laying back in the chair. So, no big deal, I'm going around. And then I guess they just were going to stop it at the end again and let her off. It looked really funny how relaxed she was. And we were very sore at the end of the day, but we still like it anyway. So we usually go to we always go to the same Pizza Hut and get pizza. And once we saw a man there who had hurt his ankle. I think he broke it, I can't remember, sprained it. And he hurt himself skiing. And we saw him there, the same man, but we didn't go over, I don't know why. And to sum it up, what I talked about was how fun it is and why it is, and some things I like about it.
So when it does, we can go to ski day. What I'm going to talk about is getting the skis on the ski lift and steep hills and jumps and snowboarders. Getting the skis, sometimes there's so many bends that they call off the wrong one, and I get too big of a pair of boots or too small. And on the ski lift, once I went around the wheel at the top, and I started coming down again. And at the bottom there's a nice man, and a lot of times we give him pretzels, homemade ones. He really likes them. And at the top there's a more weird guy with earrings and long hair. And what I like about steep hills is you can go really fast on. And sometimes at the end there's jumps. And I've never taken the bull. It's about that steep. And I don't know if I ever want to either. Once I took a jump by accident and I wrecked. It was about that tall. Also, I like some smaller jumps because you can be off your feet for a minute if your feet are tired or sore.